Oh, goodness. You can't make this shit up. They cry for attention every fucking day. It's funny how if you say you support stuff President Trump does, then people say you're in the MAGA cult. No, I'm just an American. He's our president. I think he's doing a really great job. What? Where? 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 I don't agree with literally everything he does, but you'll defend it every time somebody says something negative about it. You'll defend it. That's why you're in the cult. That's why you're in the cult. I'll tell you what's a cult. Being against everything Trump does just because it's Trump doing it. That's why you're in a cult. You think it's just because it's Trump doing it. Not because it's good versus evil and the things that he's doing are fucking evil. Yeah. Believing that men can be women and should infiltrate every single thing in society reserved for women. Oh, goodness. Here comes the culture war bullshit. The CIA got you to focus on that because you're fucking morons, by the way. They wanted to divide you. We are getting too close and too united, and you're a fucking moron. Thank you. You're a fucking moron. Nobody's indoctrinating your children. Nobody's telling them they were born in the wrong body. When children get taken away from their parents and transitions, it's probably because they were sexually abused. It's not because the school just wants to transition the fucking child. They probably got taken away from the parents when they found out the child was being sexually abused. Saying government should steal children if they don't comply with this. They never said that either. You make that up. There's probably one incident where the kid was raped and y'all made this whole big news story about it, saying that they just want to take your kid away to transition them. Maybe that kid was taken away because it was being sexually abused, and maybe that's why they never saw their kid again. Maybe that's why. You people are so fucking retarded. I'm so fucking tired of it. People don't want me talking about trans people being sexually abused as children, but it's main part of the narrative. Since you all want to act like they're just the perverted people. No, that was their parents. The sexually deviant people, that was their parents. That was their father figures that molested them. That was their father figures. See, there's an actual study from like a hospital, like with actual data, and it states that, the LGBT community are not likely to be the perpetrators of these type of crimes. They're actually likely to be victims of these type of crimes. Stupid. These people are so stupid. Defending cultures that hate women, children, and gays. That's MAGA, girl. That's MAGA. That's your whole MAGA manosphere, and how they talk about how women shouldn't vote and women shouldn't have rights. They hate children and gays too. Yes, MAGA does. MAGA does. They only care about babies being born. They don't even care about them afterwards. They won't even put in effort to adopt or anything. They'll just make 50 million excuses and say, oh, those people over there, these people, I've known this one family that adopted, I guess they're just going to adopt like 600 children because I'm not going to do it. Defending foreign dictators and mass murderers like Bibi? Defending violent criminals going free. That's what your MAGA cult is doing. Why do you think that he had to say that he was going to give everybody in his administration pardons? What do you think that means? Do you think that these people just didn't do crimes, but they need a pardon? What do you think that means? What do you think that means? MAGA is literally a terrorist organization, and apparently fights hand in hand with Israeli terrorist organizations. Yeah. Shocking. What else do we have? Defending open borders and mass illegal immigration. Well, that was dealt with poorly, and you said you were going to deport the criminals, the violent gang members, and then you went after everybody because you thought it was a fucking numbers game. Because that's all things are to Trump. Nothing actually matters to him. He wants it to look good. The numbers are going to look good. They're going to look good, but nothing about it looked good. And then they murdered U.S. citizens, and then they fucking made up stories about how that they were terrorists or some shit. What else? Defending mass fraud perpetrated by illegal immigrants and third... Oh, goodness. Do you not know who your president is? Do you not understand that the billionaire fraud is much more, and that was a distraction also from the Epstein files again? I guess James and his buddy, his little buddy that he wants to defend are in the Epstein files too, or pedophiles too, because they sure did go and distract shit for them. See, that's what you're going to end up on the list. You're going to end up on a list of pedophile protectors that should probably have their hard drives checked. That's where you're going to end up by doing shit like that for fucking pedophiles. What else? Did we get them all? Defending the Biden era and what would have been the Kamala era, mass censorship and hate. People are still being censored. And the hate speech, misinformation stuff is still happening. They call you anti-Semitic now. The hate speech and misinformation laws, that's what they call you, anti-Semitic now. If you call out the Zionist, none of that's changed. Supporting America's first communist mayor, now you're just going off the change and not even talking about anything relevant. That's not here. You're from Texas, apparently, but you want to talk about somebody else's leader in New York? That's deflection at its finest. Deflection at its finest. People like that guy, by the way. He's got like 50% approval rating, which is much better than Trump's. These people are the destruction of everything good and true. No, y'all are the party of destruction. You literally wanted to take fucking rainbow crosswalks out of the fucking neighborhoods because you found out they exist. You want to destroy any kind of community that's not yours. You want to destroy people's lives and people's whole lives because you wanted to ban abortion, and then it just backfired and people with wanted babies are dying now. What else? Destruction of everything good and true, like how the Bible doesn't say that abortion is wrong ever. It actually implies that the mother's life is of more value than the fetus is, but y'all just make up whatever the fuck you want. In order that communism may rise out of the nihilistic ashes. They're enemies of America, freedom, and democracy, and Christianity. Okay, no, you're an enemy of freedom. You're the one that supports an authoritarian state. You're also... well, whatever. We're not even going to explain that to you. That gets in... geopolitics is probably too much for you MAGAs to understand anyway. Democracy and Christian, y'all wanted to destroy democracy. Y'all were insistent that we're a republic. Y'all wanted to destroy democracy. Yeah. And Christianity, which paved the way for ideals which allowed for these human rights. Where did we mention human rights? Was it... what's the freedom? Was the freedom a human right? They just need some attention so bad. This is what they do. They can't even post it on their own page or anything. They have to go to like a community page and rant and cry about how nobody likes them because they support Trump, and nothing that he does is good, but I'm still gonna defend him, but I'm not in a cult.